Welcome to Manchester United Daily Updates. Before continuing this video, click the like button and subscribe to the channel. Ruben Amorim already has replacement as Man United agree on Marcus Rashford transfer fee. Comment: Manchester United don't need to enter the transfer market for another attacker if they sell Marcus Rashford. Manchester United have reportedly slapped a £62 million price tag on Marcus Rashford, with the club open to selling the homegrown star in the next two transfer windows. The Red Devils' number 10's uncertain future has sparked speculation about who Ruben Amorim could target to replace him at Old Trafford. Victor Gyökeres is the obvious candidate. Kvaratskhelia is a popular pick. How does Victor Osimhen sound? But Amorim could already have Rashford's long-term successor within his ranks, fan favorite forward Ahmad. The 22-year-old winger has transitioned into a right wing-back since Amorim arrived and installed his 3-4-3 system. His stock is only rising. Only Bukayo Saka and Mohamed Salah's Premier League assist tallies are superior to Ahmad's total of 6 this season. It's only Saka when you consider the per 90 minutes metric. But he's a natural forward, and many expect him to move up into one of United's two attacking midfield roles once Amorim bolsters his wing-back options in the transfer window. If Rashford were to depart M16, a space would be vacated for Ahmad to move up the pitch. That would, in hand, afford more of the budget to go towards other areas of a squad in dire need of widespread upgrades. Ahmad has been United's most impressive outfield player for a sustained period, intensifying concerns over the fact he is out of contract at the end of the season. But Amorim is confident the Ivory Coast international will commit his future to his project, which suggests he has made his importance clear just as much privately as he has in public. "I think he wants to stay, and we want him to stay," stated Amorim. "So that is clear, and we will find a solution." The Portuguese tactician added, "I think that's, his versatility's, one of the great advantages of Ahmad. He's very good for me. He's very good playing in that position, but also playing between the lines, because he has a good control. And he seems faster with the ball than without the ball, so it's something that he has, and he's capable of playing in both positions, and he can play in different systems. So, in the future, we will play in a different system, maybe. So he is that kind of player that we need in the team. Whether it's at wing-back or in a more advanced area of the pitch, Ahmad will have a place in Amorim's team as long as he continues to shine." Cristiano Ronaldo makes brutal Arsenal transfer comment to ex-Man Utd teammate. Former Manchester United forward Cristiano Ronaldo was the subject of reported interest from other Premier League clubs long before returning to Old Trafford in 2021. Cristiano Ronaldo said he would never join Arsenal despite links to the London club, former teammate Patrice Evra has claimed. Portugal star Ronaldo had two separate spells in the Premier League with Manchester United. He starred under Sir Alex Ferguson after joining from Sporting CP as a youngster, and returned in 2021 after spells with Real Madrid and Juventus. The forward's move from Madrid to Juventus in 2018 came at a time when there was interest from elsewhere. He had just become a Champions League winner for the fourth time in 5 years, after Los Blancos beat Liverpool in the final in Kiev. Arsenal, Chelsea and Paris Saint-Germain are understood to have explored the possibility of a move. However, while Evra says his former teammate seriously considered a move to the French capital, Arsenal was never a realistic possibility. Has Cristiano ever wanted to come to PSG? Yes, Evra told RMC Sport, via Goal. There was Paris, Arsenal. That was before he signed for Juventus, in 2018. He had Chelsea, Juventus, Paris. He said he would never go to Arsenal. He was interested in the Parisian project. You can criticize Cristiano, but he would have adapted. He would have made an effort. Look at what he is doing in Saudi Arabia. He is a Saudi. While Ronaldo moved to Turin in the summer of 2018, Arsenal were embarking on their first transfer window with Unai Emery as manager. The Gunners opted against signing a striker in that window, though they spent more than £70 million to add the likes of Bernd Leno and Lucas Torreira to their ranks. Paris Saint-Germain might not have snapped up Ronaldo in 2018, but they did add the forward's longtime rival, Lionel Messi, 3 years later. The Argentine spent 2 seasons with the club before moving to Inter Miami, winning a pair of League One titles. Ronaldo's second United spell ended midway through the 2022-23 season on dramatic fashion. His contract was torn up by mutual agreement following an interview in which he criticized the club, and he proceeded to join Al Nassr in the Saudi Pro League. He scored 44 times in all competitions last season, including 35 in the league as Al Nassr ended up some 14 points adrift of runaway league champions Al Hilal. Ronaldo has also been among the goals this term, bagging 10 in the league and 16 in all competitions, though his team sits 4th in the league table after 13 games. Al Nassr lost 2 of their last 3 games before the winter break, falling to a 2-1 loss at home to Al Qadsiya and losing by the same scoreline away to league leaders Al Ittihad. They will return to league action on January 9 at home to Al Uqdoud, who currently sit just outside the relegation places. Chris Sutton states his prediction for Man City vs Man United. BBC football pundit Chris Sutton has stated his prediction for Sunday's Premier League derby between Manchester City and Manchester United at the Etihad Stadium. The Red Devils have been inconsistent in the top flight this term. They have picked up only 19 points after 15 games into the season. Nottingham Forest beat them by a 3-2 scoreline last weekend. Despite their mixed form, they should go into Sunday's game with some optimism, considering Pep Guardiola's side have won just one of the previous 10 outings in all competitions. City ended a 7-match winless streak this month, but they have since drawn at Crystal Palace before suffering a 2-0 loss to Juventus in the Champions League at the Allianz Stadium. United go into the Manchester derby in better form after a 2-1 Europa League win at Victor Plzen, but Sutton believes City will come on top with a 3-1 victory at the Etihad. He told BBC Sport, basically, both teams have been really bad, so what on earth do I go for here? In the recent past I have always gone with City in Manchester derbies. While Amorim beat them with Sporting, you have to remember City could have been a few goals up by halftime in that game. So, I am going to go with City to win at home and maybe rejuvenate Pep before Christmas. Speaking of stats, I have got a good one for you. United never lost 3 league games in a row in more than 2 years under Ten Hag, but Amorim will manage that in less than a month if he is beaten here. United had a good opening half against Arsenal on the road earlier this month. They were defensively organized and limited the Gunners to minimal shots on target. There was a sense of frustration among the home supporters, but Mikel Arteta's side eventually outclassed United with 2 goals from corners. It could have been more. Manager Ruben Amorim should go with a similar kind of game plan to frustrate City, but the forwards need to be better on counterattacks which they failed against Arsenal. City have looked defensively vulnerable compared to previous seasons. They have conceded a staggering 23 goals from their previous 10 games across all competitions. Amorim had a big part to play with his Sporting CP side beating City 4-1 at the Estadio José Alvalade. Sporting CP could have conceded more goals too, but they showed a strong defensive resolve. United need something similar to register a positive result from the Etihad. Just like Arsenal, City are a threat from set-piece situations. United have worked in training on such scenarios, but they must avoid conceding needless corners and fouls. United are 8 points behind 4th-placed City as things stand. A first win at the Etihad since March 2021 would be a timely boost for their Champions League prospects. Man United star was Erik Ten Hag's hero. He's becoming Ruben Amorim's unexpected headache now. Manchester United completed a second consecutive European comeback, beating Plzen 2-1 in Czechia to put one foot in the straight qualification in the Europa League. It was hardly a box office performance, with Andre Onana's error again costing the team as they trailed soon after halftime and Man United huffed and puffed without any threat. Ruben Amorim's subs changed the game, with Rasmus Højlund's brace the headline combined with smart play by Mason Mount and Antony. It was a game where the subs ruled the roost, but that is equally concerning because it implies the starting 11 was below par for long stages. One player in that 11 has suffered a startling fall in form from being Erik ten Hag's trusted lieutenant to Ruben Amorim's unexpected headache. Diogo Dalot's form collapse. Diogo Dalot is the reigning Manchester United Player of the Year, an award that was completely deserved in a wretched last season as he was the one beacon of consistency. No matter the position he was deployed at, Dalot was a regular 7 out of 10 performer, and he effectively ended Aaron Wan-Bissaka's career at Old Trafford. With Ruben Amorim coming in, the expectation was that Dalot was the one big positive from Ten Hag's legacy handed over to his successor. 6 games into Amorim's tenure, Dalot has been a non-factor at best, hurting the team at worst in the majority of those games. His performance against Pilsen didn't even have the mitigating factor of playing on his unnatural left side as he started as the right-sided wing-back. Dalot was where so many of United's spells of threat ended, as he either missed with the final ball or misplaced the killer pass most times. He couldn't get a partnership going with Ahmad, who started ahead of him in a number 10 role on the day, which, in theory, is United's best combination on the right. That follows Dalot's bad display versus Forest, and his theme of making the bad decisions, or not being able to execute the good ones, continued. Ruben Amorim needs to help turn Dalot around. United became fully committed to Dalot's future at the club as soon as they sold Aaron Wan-Bissaka, so this collapse in form comes at the worst possible time. Man United fans will hope it's not a sign of the player relaxing after securing his position in the team, because it's been a theme at United for many other players. Dalot, to his credit, has always shown an elite mentality, so it's unlikely to be that, which means that the change of system or the workload are factors contributing to this. The latter has been managed by Amorim well for most of his squad, but the options for the wing-back role are sparse. The former, on the other hand, is a growing pain, and if Dalot improves with time, that will take care of things by itself. For now, the player Ten Hag could rely on during his rubble of a reign has become the odd man out in a new system under the new manager.